put our hands together for Diana Barnhart. Wow, I gotta get my breath.
America's not great yet.
It is really tough being fat. Oh, forgot to turn my sound on. Can you hear me better? So, yeah, I want to talk about fat fitness. Some of you all know the challenges associated with being fat and wanting to work out. For me, sometimes getting ready to work out is the workout. Putting on a sports bra is so challenging. But I try. Lord, I try. I get it, you know, I get my arm and then I go my head and then I realize they're coming out of the same hole. And I'm in the closet. And I'm yelling for Timor! And he can't hear me. So I have to go to the living room. And then he has to ease my head out. And then get him over my breasts. And then I have to snap it. And I'm telling you, by that time, I am ready to lie down and drink. Because I've had an aerobic workout. But I don't drink at that point. I drink water because, you know, to be healthy, you're supposed to drink 64 ounces of water a day. And I try. But when you're my size, you're supposed to drink half your body weight in water. And let me tell you, 64 and 64 does not add up to half my body weight. So when I'm working out and I'm drinking water, I know every bathroom between San Mateo and Mountain View. I know every bathroom between Mountain View and Milpitas. I know every bathroom from Brentwood to San Mateo because I try to drink that water. So when I retired, when Tibor and I retired, we moved to a Del Webb retirement community for active adults. And I thought, this is the time I'm going to get in shape. I know I will. I don't have to work. That's all I have to do. So it was summertime. I signed up for water aerobics.
Oh, God.
And water aerobics is a really good workout. But you're working out, half of your body's submerged. So it doesn't matter what your legs are doing. All they see is you bobbing up and down. You can be skinny. You can be jumping down. All they see are bobbing women. couple of weeks, and she went up to work out with me, and she goes, "Oh my God, you're a bobber! You're a bobber! Bobbers get in the way of real swimmers!" No, this is a legitimate exercise. So I thought, okay, I'll go in, try to work out at our little miniature YMCA that we have as the adult community, and I decided needed to work on my bone density. I need strong bones. So I wanted to learn how to bench press, that type of thing. 6 weeks I got to 10 pounds. And this man came over and said, "What are you pressing?" I said, 10 pounds. And he's like, "Well, could you be a little quieter?" So I thought, okay, I'll give up on that. And then I thought I'll try balance, because as you age, you lose balance. And you know this. You know the shuffle. The old person shuffle. So I wanted to learn balance. And so, you're doing this thing, that type of thing. And I remembered when I used to downhill ski, and believe it or not, I used to downhill ski. I remember you have to keep your boobs pointed to the bottom of the hill. And all the movement was like this. And that would be good for about 2 feet. And then all of a sudden your arms would start waving. And you would do the waist spin. And you were doing this. And I realized I got more aerobic exercise when I was skiing than any black diamond or double black diamond skier. I knew I could get good exercise. So I thought, this isn't working out in the gym. I'll try something else. Well, it's a retirement community. Everything starts at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, for the love of Pete, people, you're retired. Sleep in. Tai Chi, 8 o'clock. Other exercises, 8 o'clock. Well, I found a yoga class at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I thought, all right, I will go try yoga. Well, first of all, everybody's like really itty-bitty people. And they're working. I thought yoga was gentle stretching. It's not. It's like sun salutation, bend down to a double, all this crap. And then they get down and they spread their legs and they bend down and touch their nose to the floor. And the leader says, "We're working on our abs." And I said, "I carried a fucking 2-liter here. There are no abs." She said, "Maybe I shouldn't come back." So back to the gym I go. And I tried the elliptical. Oh, I like it. You're going up, you're going up, you're going somewhere. But my hips didn't like it too much, so over to the treadmill. And I'm like, you're not going anywhere on the treadmill, except you're watching all the bobbers in the pool. How stupid, you see how stupid you look. And then you lose, and all of a sudden you're off the treadmill and you're really dead. So luckily a friend of mine suggested Pilates. Oh yeah, Pilates.
That's you.
All Pilates instructors are nice, they're friendly, they draw you into their web. They call it a studio, it's not. It's a place of torture. And I was told not to do that Pilates, to do reformer Pilates, and I thought, what could that be? It is a torture machine that you lie down on. Now let me show you how it works. So, you're lying down, and then they put things on your hands. They tell you to lift it, you're like, ah! And they make you do that 100 times. 1, 2, 3. And then they say, see, this is how it's supposed to look. And I'm like, those people have bodies and they're in positions not found in nature in this country. And I'm telling you, it's like the moon landing. It didn't happen. Mars from Pilates is I don't really wail and flail as much anymore. I'm still getting aerobic exercise, pulling these horrible things back, and it's so much fun. My Pilates instructor is really nice, but she says I have abs, and I think it's just a marketing ploy. Keep coming back, and I do. Now, I wonder why I'm fat and have trouble with this, and I blame my mother. My mother, 5'8", 135 when she got married, and she says she was too fat. She instilled this in us. It's a wonder we weren't skinny, deprived kids, but no, love was shown through food. In sadness, we ate food. As we got older, she drank with us. And I'm built like my mother, and if anybody has met my sister, we're both kind of built like my mother, except I do not have her, oh my God, size breasts. I mean, they were ginormous. And sometimes they caused problems for her. Like, as she aged and she was living alone, we convinced her to get a life alert. Well, it would get stuck. And she would roll over it. And it would send a message. And then they would pull the house, and my sister would wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and roll in and call me sound asleep. Sound asleep. Now, I will say this. She knew it happened because it would happen during the day sometimes, but she didn't know it was going off because she couldn't hear. And would get upset. Anyway, it happened. She had these big breasts. Now, they saved her life once. Maybe more than once. We took her to London. Becky took her to London for her 75th birthday. She had seen Notting Hill. She wanted to go to London. She walks out of Harrods. She falls on it, stumbles over a curb, and she falls flat. They saved her. Not her arms. She just went boom. And when I caught up with them later on in the trip, she said, Diana, my face didn't get hurt. My glasses didn't break because of my breasts. And I'm like, that's great, Mom. Her whole body is black and blue. She's bled for 3 days, but she doesn't have broken glasses because of her breasts. On that same trip, we did a little side trip to Budapest. And we decided to take a tour of the city. And our guide was great. She wanted to speak English. And so we go to this church, and I wish I could remember the name. It had a plaque on it. And it said, Hungarian word, Hitler and Stalin, Hungarian word, Mom says to the guide, what does that plaque say? Expecting it to read like an American plaque. On December 8th, 1979, 3 people were murdered here. She says, it says this is the place that Stalin and Hitler took out the men of the church and shot them. And Mom says, that's terrible. But what does the plaque say? And the guide says, this is where Hitler and Stalin took the men from the church and shot them. And Mom said, I know it's terrible, but what does the plaque say? And the guy's like, this is where Stalin and Hitler took out the men in the church and shot them. And Mom said, I know. Walked away. Got back on the bus, a little more tour. Get off, it's time to eat dinner. I said to the tour guide, do you have a restaurant recommendation? And she said, there's the 500-year-old restaurant. I said, I love historic places. I want to go. What's the name of the restaurant? She says, the 500-year-old restaurant. And I said, I understand. But what's the name of the restaurant? And she said, the 500-year-old restaurant. I said, okay. So we got into a cab. 3 relatively large-sized women in a Volkswagen Beetle. And the guy takes us literally around the corner. We tipped him big because he was not happy. And there it was. The name of the restaurant was 500-year-old Restaurant. There was our tour guide getting us reservations. I mean, she must have thought, stupid American woman and her stupid American daughter. So, Mom and I had some similarities, and excuse me, but my sound machine is sliding down out of my I don't know where it is actually. Because my breasts are big enough to hold it in there. Now, Mom and I had our differences. It started in the 60s, in the 1968 Democratic Convention. I was, I don't know, junior in high school maybe. And I supported the yippies and all the young people, and she supported Mayor Daley's aggressive tactics, and we just cried and we just hated each other during that time. But Mom and Dad were died in the war. Republicans, they voted for Goldwater in 1964. They had AUH2O in a 6-pack in our house. I'd like to have it now. I bet it's worth some money. And she loved Richard Nixon. And they were just terrible Republicans. But I made them proud in 1972. In 1972, Kentucky. I voted for Richard Nixon. First vote I cast, I voted for Richard Nixon to be president. I not only voted for Richard Nixon, I was active in the College Young Republican. And let me tell you, I've done a lot of repenting over that. My girlfriend and I would sit there all prim and proper, trying to register voters, and we'd look over at the college Democrats. And they're smoking pot and drinking beer, and they're having a big old time. And I said, I think they're having a STS. But talk about fun. We got to go to a Spiro Agnew rally. I still have it, and I'm sorry I'd wear it tonight. A Panama hat that says Nixon's the one, and I stood behind Spiro Agnew with 4 other young women in miniskirts going, 4 more years! 4 more years! The whole time thinking, I bet those college Democrats are still smoking. So it was the only time Mother and I agreed on something. And I think, thank God, my sister and I talked about it. I thank God she's not here to go through this election. And I've worked for 10 months trying to find something funny to say about this election, but it's not funny. And the only thing I could think of is, who the hell is giving Hillary Clinton fashion advice? I mean, it's like, I could dress her better. Yes. That's about the only funny thing there is. Well, in my family, it really got funny in 1976 when Jimmy Carter ran for president. And I got a birthday card from my mother because my birthday falls around Election Day every year. And she said, "Happy birthday, you red commie pinko." I call my father, "Dad, I'm never coming home again. I don't like her. She's crazy. I will never come home for Thanksgiving or any time." He says, "Diana, come home. I'm going to talk to your mother." Okay. Drive up in front of the house. Dad comes running out. He was a chain smoker. He had 2 cigarettes going. He looks down and goes, "I talk to your mother. She promises not to talk politics if you don't talk politics." I said, "I won't do it." We never talked politics again until 1984.
Wow.
And I couldn't help myself. We had a family photo, and I'm in the back, and Mom's in the front row, and I said, Teddy Kennedy in '84, and my mother's face is like, but that was it. She didn't jump on it. We didn't do anything. But when Nixon was resigning or getting impeached, they were talking about impeachment. I was going to go into graduate school because I couldn't get a job. And I got a teaching fellowship for Government 101, and I thought, what a great thing to teach Government 101, to use the impeachment process to talk about the 3 branches of government and how they interact. And I wrote my whole curricula around it, and I was so excited. And the son of a bitch resigns 2 weeks before. And my mother was so angry, she had actually moved my bedroom to the basement. And she came down and she threw the newspaper on the bed and said, I hope you're happy. You don't have Nixon to kick around anymore. I thought, does she have any idea what she said? She used the same phrase that Nixon had used years ago in California. So, I couldn't get along about politics, but we got along about work. My mother understood what I did in city government. She worked for a commercial developer, and so we could always talk about work. And she instilled a great work ethic in me. Now, she retired at 80. She was an executive secretary to an architect. And he threw her a little retirement party, and it was really nice. And on Friday, he says, Fern, I'll see you on Monday. And Mom said, thank you, God, you've answered my prayers. And she worked 3 more years till she Now, she probably could have worked longer had she not gone blind and gone totally deaf. There were a couple of mistakes she made in his books, both the personal and business books. She took some very strange phone messages. And twice she fell asleep at the front desk. So by 83, it was time for Mom to retire, and she did not go willingly. And I was still out here in California working, and I tried to get back. And I would take her out. Mom sometimes referred to me as the bad daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Becky's the good daughter.
Oh.
It's true. So I'd take Mom out, and we'd have a couple of cocktails. And she leans over at me, and she's still pissed that she had retired. She leans over and says, you know, Diana, if I could see and hear, I could still do that job better than anybody. I said, you're right, Mom, you could. You could. If you could see and hear, you could do that job. Well, once she retired, she just kind of, well, it doesn't matter. It's a long story, and I'm not going to tell it, but she ended up living in assisted living. And my mother and I never had the relationship like some people have with their mothers. They talk daily on the phone. They talk weekly on the phone. My mother and I could go months without talking because I was the parent. But once she got into assisted living, she wanted to talk a little bit more frequently. Now here's how the phone call would go. I would have to go back to our bedroom, shut the door, go over to the corner. Hi, Mom! It's Diana! No, Diana! No, the Democrat! Hi, how are you? And it would go on like that for 45 minutes! And you would be yelling the whole time! And at the end of the phone conversation, she says, Diana, do you feel okay? You sound tired. I said, I am tired! I've been yelling for 45 minutes! And she loved to go out to have lunch. She just loved to go out and have dinners and meals. And she always liked to have cocktails. But we went out to lunch one day. We didn't have cocktails. We went to one of those restaurants that has a menu that's like this big. You know those? And they have everything from soup to nuts. Well, she can't read the menu. So she says, "What do they have?" And I thought, they have chicken salad, chicken pasta, and a chicken sandwich. What? They have chicken salad, chicken pasta, and a chicken sandwich. Okay, I'll take a chicken sandwich. We don't need a waiter. They've heard our order in the kitchen. So that day, she gets up and she's on a walk. You know, she has a walker, but she doesn't want to use it, so it's holding on to you. And all of a sudden, she goes, "Oh, my knee hurts. It makes me feel old." I'm like, "Stop it! You're incontinent. You're blind, and you can't hear, and your knee makes you feel old." And God bless her, she'd laugh. Because I'm not sure she heard me. I know in California, we're all used to blended families. I mean, in the Horvath family, we call it the family bramble. You know, it's just so mixed up. Well, in our family, we had a blended family in Kentucky. We had Catholics. We had evangelicals. We had modern Christians. We had spiritualists. We had some Republicans. We have some Democrats. And we have lesbians. In Kentucky. And they moved there willingly. Well, my mom wasn't very excited when my sister came out. And she wasn't very excited when she decided to move back to our hometown so she could be closer. She and her partner wanted to be closer to their mothers. And my mother was not happy. But we didn't really know how challenging it was for her until after she died. And her financial advisor stood up at the luncheon after the burial, and he told me the story. Mom called him. She wanted to talk to him personally. He said, "Can't we talk on the phone?" "No, I need to come down to the office. I need to see you personally." Okay, she went in. He had her sit at his desk. She said, "Shut the door." He shut the door. He came over, sat behind the desk. She leaned over and she said, "Bill, my daughter's moving back and she's a lesbian." And he's like, "Okay." She said, "I wanted you to hear it from me first." Bill said, "Well, thank you." Mom got up, left, that was it. Now, Mom, okay, she voted for cold water. Okay, she had an altar to Richard Nixon in the basement. So she wasn't that open-minded at that point, and she decided one day she missed taking a bath. So she decided she's going to try to take a bath, and then she was smart enough to take the phone in with her. Because she got in the bathtub, and she took her bath, and then she couldn't get out. She emptied all the water, she turned on all fours, and she couldn't get out of the bathtub. She gets turned around again, she can't, 5 hours she was in that bathtub. Because her one option was to call my sister, the lesbian, who was working. The other option was to call the fire department. And the third option was to call my sister's partner. 5 hours it took her, and she finally broke down and called Tina. And Tina went over and hoisted her up, and Mom collapses in Tina's arms and cried and cried and cried. And from that day on, everything was jiggy. So much so that when we had family dinners, Tina sat to the right. And just one thing. The summer that my mom died, she turns to me and she goes, Diana, when I die, I want you all to make sure Tina stays a part of the family. I said, well, why wouldn't she? She says, well, because I'll be gone and she won't have anything to do to take care of. I said, Mom, we'll find something for her. She'll stay a part of the family. Now, Mom, one last story. So, my coach says don't tell the backstory, sorry. Anyway, we're out July 3rd, and we're at the family fire pit. And we have a big fire going, and Mom's there. She had to be everywhere we were. And she was freezing, she was tired, she had a blanket on her, and she's looking up at this guy, and she goes, what is that? What is that light? I said, that's a skylight, Mom. That's a skylight from one of the fireworks stands drawing people to them, you know, like they used to do at car dealerships or at movies. Skylight. What color is it? It's white, Mom! She lays there for a minute, and then she says to Amanda, what color is it, Mom? And Amanda says, what color do you see, Mom? Thinking with her vision. She says, well, I see white. Amanda says, that's what Diana told you. She goes, I didn't think Diana knew what she was talking about. Story of my life. Now here's when she was there for me, hook, line, and sinker, and it's when I got a divorce.
Yes, baby.
My mom, after the initial, shock and everything, she had my back through the whole time.
Yes.
And it was very important because when you go through a divorce, how many people have gone through a divorce?
Here, here.
Okay, by the way, how many people have been to Yugoslavia?
Margaret.
So,
There is no Yugoslavia.
when you go through a divorce,
Yeah.
I contend that if you don't step back and take stock of yourself, you may make the same mistakes going into another relationship. So I decided I'm going to step back and take stock of myself. And I realized that maybe I wasn't the most supportive wife one could have been. Now my ex-husband, if there was a cold in Iowa, he could catch it in mountain. If the cold was in Iowa at 9 a.m., he would have it by 4 p.m. And it always involved a fever. And he would go, I have a fever. And I was like, oh, fuck you, And I would go shopping because I just didn't want to deal with it. And I went shopping one day when he was having a fever. And I ran into a mutual friend and she says, Diana, has it occurred to you that he might be sick? No? No, it hadn't. So she said, I think maybe he's sick. So I went home. I actually went home quickly. And I walk into the bedroom and the bed is torn apart. And he's laying there in a puddle of wet sheets, and he goes, I think my fever broke. I feel better. And I'm like, God, who is the villain here? The wife that has a lump of lead as cold as steel? Or the sick, feverish husband? Well, I think I was in that particular case. I felt bad for a little bit. Now, he was a lifelong Giants fan. I came out to the Bay Area in 1980. I adopted the Giants. Generally, I like a good baseball game. So in 1988, The Giants didn't go to the World Series, but the Oakland A's did. And if you, in his mind, were cheering for the Giants, but the A's were playing, you were cheering for the A's. They were playing the Dodgers. And that was when Kurt Gibson got up, hobbled,
Yes.
and he
Yep.
hit a massive home run off of Dennis Eckersley. And he's limping around the bases like I'm going to be tomorrow. And I jumped up and said, "Oh my God, can you believe that wasn't the best hit in the world? That's so exciting. This is such a great game." And I turned around and there he was, had that stricken look on his face, and he looked at me and says, "Fuck you, Diane." Maybe I shouldn't have cheered so loudly for the Dodgers. And then there was the problem we had in our marriage that I was always laughing at inappropriate. Like the time he got up to go to work, he always wore a blue jean jacket. We're talking. He puts one arm in a sleeve, his hand didn't come out. Pushes a little bit more, his hand didn't come out. He puts the other arm in the other sleeve. Hand didn't come out. They had stapled his cuffs to his co-workers. And he's jumping around like Yosemite Sam. Those assholes, I'm gonna get him, I'm gonna get him. I'm bent over, wailing and wailing, laughing so hard. And he says, "Fuck you." I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed. But I did.
Perfect. Oh my God. That's hilarious.
And then we went to Italy together with a bunch of friends. We were in Tuscany, one of those great villas. And you know what you do in Italy? You drink the Vino Rosa della Casa.
Yes.
Red wine of the house, and you go to a little restaurant and they give it to you in liter bottles to take home, and you can drink it. Doesn't have sulfites in it, you don't get hungover. And we're drunk and we're drinking more, all 10 of us, and we're sitting around the table, and all of a sudden my ex-husband goes, "What do you think I got bit?" And I'm like, "What?" And he says, "What do you think I got bit? I think I got bit." And I'm like, "Okay." And about that time, he spits out his wine onto a saucer, and there is a wasp about that in his mouth.
Oh.
I fell apart. I could not stop laughing. And he's like, "Fuck you, Diane! I could die! Well, one of the women traveling with us was a nurse. So she made a little paste of baking soda and red wine. Stuck it on his tongue, declared that he would live, but I was gone. I couldn't stop laughing, and then everybody else was laughing at me, laughing at him, and he was just getting madder and madder, and the party finally broke up. And we went to bed, and I really tried to collect myself. So we went to bed. I laid down and I said, "I'm so sorry." He's like, "Fuck you, Diane." That night, I didn't sleep in the bed. I had to sleep out in the couch. So you look at those times and you think, yeah, maybe. But the last thing I think that broke the straw for him was the time he tried to kill me. Now this was after a council meeting here in San Mateo. And you know, when you're a staff person and you're presenting to the council, and you know they're looking at you like this. You know, and you think, what have I said? You know, I haven't said the right thing. Lots of things go through your mind. It's late, you go home. What do you want to do? You want to have a beer and sit and think about it.
Yeah.
So it was a little chilly, but I went home, changed into my sweats, got a beer, okay, got a cigarette, went out on the steps, of the porch, of the kitchen, I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I'm thinking, I'm kind of cold. So I thought, I'm going to go to the backyard, to our deck, and sit under the tree. It won't be as cold. So I walk down the driveway, open the gate, make sure there's no noise, get up on the deck, sit down in a chair, put the hood up on my sweatshirt, have some more beer, have another cigarette. By this time, ready to go to bed. Well, I'm right there at the bedroom. I can just go in through the French doors. So I go in. Now, my sweatsuit is dark purple. And I have a hoodie on. And so I open the French door, and I forget that there's a curtain there. And so I get tangled up in the curtain. And I'm kind of getting tickled at myself. And all he hears and sees is the door open and somebody in a hoodie coming in to his house. And when I turned my face, his fist was right there. And he said, I could have killed you. And I'm like, I know. And I laughed, and he said, fuck you, buddy. That night I slept on the couch, and shortly thereafter we split, and that's why we got a divorce. Woo! So that's the end of my program. I'm so happy I did this. Before I leave the stage, so truly, I had this vision one time, and I saw this 80-some-year-old woman, and it was me, and she had no regrets. And I realized right then, you have to do this. You have to do this. So thank you for letting me do it. Let me thank Joe Sully. Great job. I want to thank Jennifer Novak-Landers for coaching me through this. I want to thank Tab Lee for doing the videography. Tab, thank you very much. And then there's one last person I want to thank, and that's my husband, T. That man puts up with a lot. And he'd leave the house so I could do my routine. And you know, the cat would get so scared, she'd run out the cat door. And then she'd turn around and sit and look at the cat door, waiting for me to stop singing or whatever I was doing. So I want to do a little song to Timor to thank him. If you will indulge me then.
Yes.
When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, sing along. Will you still be sending me the Valentine's, birthday greetings, bottles of wine? If I stay out till 2:45, will you lock the door?